Man, can somebody please tell me, why do y'all hate on Georgia so much? Let's get into it.
Major sounds in the kitchen cooking up, boy.
What's up, YouTube fam? Y'all already know what it is. We back at it with another video, and we talking to Georgia Bulldogs. Y'all see the logo. Y'all already see what it is. But yeah, man, I was scrolling, man, and I came across this video of this guy. I obviously is a Tennessee Vols fan, and he was making some allegations and making some statements about Kirby Smart's press conference. That was very false. Very false. I don't know why he was trying to turn something. Well, he was trying to turn nothing into something. You know what I mean? But I ain't going to talk y'all heads off about it. Let's get into it.
One of the things that drives me nuts, and I think that that's why Georgia fans do it, Alabama fans do it, people calling this Josh Heupel offense a gimmick offense. I don't care what it is. You can call it anything you want. If it's the #1 scoring offense in the country, who cares? I don't care what you call it. If it's a gimmick, why isn't everybody else doing it? Why isn't everybody else going out there on the football field, going fast and scoring 46 points per game? Are you trying to not be the best? Are you trying to not score points? You guys know I'm on record out here saying this is a quarterback game. You got to have a quarterback to go win football games.
I'm going to stop it real quick. If it's not a gimmick, dude, why aren't y'all going to the SEC championship? Y'all ain't even going. You know what I'm saying? You don't even make it. Why don't y'all have a national? You know what I'm saying? When you had Hendon Hooker and Jalen Hyatt, why don't y'all have? I don't care about numbers. I don't care about how much you score. It's all about winning the game. It doesn't matter about how many points you score. If you lose the game, that makes it look bad on you. So what point are you making right now? I'm trying to understand.
Now, and the one exception to that rule just so happens to be the Georgia Bulldogs. Look, if you got 5-star talent all around you, you don't necessarily have to have the best quarterback in the league. We've all talked about the drama, the Heisman Trophy presentation.
One more time. Again, Georgia does not have 5 stars all around. You have to understand it's a mixture of the different 3 stars, 4 stars, and 5 stars. Like, come on. Our leading receiver, which is Ladd McConkey, he came in as a 3-star. Our quarterback last year, he came in as a walk-on quarterback. Okay, I don't think Brock Bowers was a 5-star. You had Kearis Jackson, which was not a 5-star. You had A.D. Mitchell. He was not a 5-star. You had who else you had? Dominique Blaylock. He was not a 5-star. Like, stop with this narrative, man. Y'all keep pushing this narrative, trying to make it seem like, oh, we just got a bunch of 5-stars, so that's why Stetson was able to do what he was able. No, Stetson got developed while he was at Georgia. Stop with the narratives, guys. Like, for real.
Stetson Bennett getting the invite instead of Hendon Hooker. We're going to take a listen to what Kirby Smart had to say, so make sure you're dialed in and connected here. Let's take a listen to what Kirby Smart had to say.
Listen, y'all.
Demeanor and communication. So, like, I can get the stats, but it's like a true quarterback is a decision maker in our system, because some systems take all the pressure off the quarterback and they just go really fast. We don't do that.
Let's play that again. Let's play that clip again.
It's like a true quarterback.
A true quarterback
in our system, because some systems take all the pressure off the quarterback and they just go
What's
really
your point?
fast. We don't do that. We're a quarterback-driven offense. So can you process the information? That means get the signal, get people lined up, then see what the defense is in and figure out, are we in the right situation? Which of these 3 choices Coach Bobo's given me am I going to utilize on this play? And then the play happens, and there might be a mistake or a breakdown, and you not go Full Metal Jacket and have catastrophe mode and put us in a bad situation. So, you know, decision making is the #1 thing I want to see at the quarterback position. Can you make consecutive decisions over and over that don't cost our team games? Because we have enough playmakers and we have enough plays that you will make a play inevitably. Don't.
Now, y'all tell me what does that have to do with Hendon Hooker? What does that have to do with Hendon Hooker? What does it have to do with Tennessee? This guy took a chopped video that he chopped himself. He didn't even put the beginning of the question. He didn't even put the reporter's question. You know what I'm saying? He just chopped it and started it at where Kirby started talking about his quarterbacks and developing his quarterbacks and what he wants to see from his quarterbacks. It has nothing to do with Hendon Hooker in Tennessee. You know what I mean? I don't understand your point, bro. What's your point? Like,
make a bonehead play, and that's what we're trying to avoid.
Let's unpack all this at one time. Obviously, he's taking a shot at Josh Heupel. So talking about we don't go fast. We don't do that. But let's unpack what he talked about.
So is Tennessee the only team in college football that go fast on offense? You still got Ole Miss, Mississippi State. I mean, you got a lot of teams. Ohio State. You got a lot of teams that go fast. So why are you trying to input your team? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you trying to, like, everything is revolving around Tennessee? Nobody's worried about Tennessee. Nobody, especially not Georgia. We're not worried about Tennessee
here, because I think what Kirby Smart is trying to do is use these words in recruiting. You want to get developed. You want to get to the league. We develop quarterbacks. We coach true quarterbacks. We're going to go through it piece by piece and take a listen again to what Kirby Smart said.
But
right out of the gate here.
So, like, I can get the stats.
I can get the stats. He wants to devalue stats, because when you pull up the numbers, when you look at statistics, Tennessee leading the SEC in points per game, 46.08 points.
Yeah, he's saying that he can get the stats. He don't have the stats right off. He's explaining to you what he wants to see in a quarterback. You want to bring up all the Tennessee stats, receiving, pass. We don't. What does it matter if you're not going to win the games that matter? What does it matter? Excuse me. That's the point I'm making. You don't have a point. All you want to do is scream about the stats and how Tennessee is the number one in this and number one in that and this, that, and the third, but you still not number one in college football. So what is your point? I just feel like y'all just be needing content to put out. So y'all just create any type of content and, any type of narrative, just to have something to talk about.
Per game. Next closest, Alabama and Georgia, both at 41 points. You go look at total yards per game. Tennessee, again, number one in the country, 525 yards per game. Passing yards per game, number one in the country, 326 yards per game. What about rushing yards? Tennessee doesn't run the football, right? They're only a pass-heavy, pass-happy, air raid, slinging around the field type of.
Okay, so now y'all listening to that. I hate to keep cutting it, but y'all listen to that, right? Because I'm dissecting the video. I'm not going to just sit through it. You know what I'm saying? Because all of what he's saying is false. Okay, well, he may be having the right stats about his own team, but what I'm basically saying is, what does this have to do with anything that Kirby said? All of these stats, all of these, the best in this, the best in that. We throw it around, we run the ball. Like, what does that have to do with the video that he's posting? Like, that, it has nothing to do with Kirby talking about Tennessee. Kirby didn't let Tennessee come out of his mouth at no point of this video.
Football team, right? No, wrong. They're not. They run the football as well. 6th in the SEC at right at 200 yards per game. You could really get 5 more yards per game. They're up there at 3rd. Tennessee runs the football. This offense
Who cares?
Is a blended attack. It starts up front with the run.
It doesn't matter if you're not winning the right games. The games that matter.
Kirby Smart wants to devalue statistics and numbers because that doesn't fit his narrative of what he's trying to sell. Let's break down the next comment.
But it's like a true quarterback.
A true quarterback. Not a fake one. Not a fake one like Hendon Hooker. A true quarterback like Stetson Bennett is what Kirby. Look at that smug look on his face. Good Lord, you guys wonder why I hate Georgia. A true quarterback, not a fake one like Hendon Hooker. That's what Kirby Smart's saying here.
Is a decision maker.
Is a decision maker. Okay, so let's break down that comment. Kirby Smart says a true quarterback is a decision maker. In 2 years at Tennessee, Hendon Hooker threw for 58 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions. I would think that's a pretty good decision maker. 2021, 68% completion percentage. 2022, 69% completion percentage. I think that's a pretty good decision maker. Let's talk about Stetson Bennett. 2021, 29 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. 2022, 2 less, 27 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Completion percentage around 64% in 2000.
Again, what does this have to do with what Kirby is saying? Like, bro, you're just pushing all of, if you want to debate stats, then debate stats. But don't put a video up about Kirby, and pushing a false narrative about what he's talking about. Like, come on, man, don't do that. Like, why y'all Tennessee fans? You get me? And he said this is why he hates Georgia. I don't hate Tennessee. I'll be glad to play Tennessee. I don't hate them. I don't have no problem with them, regardless of who's on the field, Hendon Hooker, whoever, whatever quarterback. But this guy here, he's obviously not making sense. Like I said, he's obviously putting this out just to add to his content. Maybe he don't have nothing else to do. Maybe he figure his numbers is going down. I don't know. Whatever it is, he's just putting out this content just to have something to say because it's not making any sense at all.
21, 68% in 2022. So is Hendon Hooker not a decision maker? A true quarterback is a decision maker, makes good decisions. So I'm with you so far, Kirby Smart. Hendon Hooker is better at decision making, regardless of the offense.
He's not talking about Hendon Hooker.
Some systems take all the pressure off the quarterback, and they just go really fast.
So because you're going really fast, he says, some systems go really fast. Josh Heupel, just say the words, Kirby Smart. At least come out and say the words. Josh Heupel goes really fast. So what happens if you go really fast? Do you not have to make good decisions? Do you not have to make reads? Let's what Kirby Smart says next.
We don't do that. We're a quarterback-driven offense. So can you process the information? That means get the signal, get people lined up, then see what the defense is in, and figure out, are we in the right situation? Which of these three choices Coach Bobo's given me am I going to utilize on this play? And then,
okay, so they don't go really fast, right? They go slow, they huddle up. Can you get the signal, Stetson Bennett? What about Hendon Hooker? Can you get guys lined up in the right position? And then can you run the right play that we want to call? Do you not think Hendon Hooker has to do the same thing? Stop trying to devalue Josh Heupel's system because they go quick, because he also has to get the signal. He also has to get guys lined up, and he also has to make the correct reads. So Kirby Smart, your argument makes absolutely zero sense with your sales.
Bro, your argument makes absolutely no sense. Like, are you serious? Kirby Smart doesn't have an argument. They asked him a question, obviously, about his quarterbacks. But you know what's so crazy? He cut the video. So you don't get to hear what the reporter even asked him, but I'm sure anybody with logical sense can obviously see that the reporter probably asked him about his quarterbacks if he's talking about his quarterbacks. But you're making it about Tennessee. Like, dude, like, you don't have a point. You're not making any sense.
Pitch that you're trying to throw to top recruits. I don't know, maybe the number one quarterback in the country that you're trying to get to Georgia right now.
Then the play happens, and there might be a mistake or a breakdown, and you not go full metal jacket and have catastrophe mode and put us in a bad situation. So, decision making is the number one thing I want to see at the quarterback position.
Decision making, number one thing I want.
All right, that's it. That's all I wanted. That's all I want y'all to hear, because we done sat through at least about 13 minutes of this, 14 minutes of this. I'm getting ready to end the video, but I just want to say to this guy, Boogie or whatever his name is, Boogie Bentley or whatever, dude, you're reaching, man. You're reaching because you're making no sense at all. You're talking about a quarterback that's long gone. You know what I mean? We don't know what's going to happen for 2023. I'm not one of those people, one of those fans that's going to be so oh, Georgia is going to blow Tennessee out again. Georgia, We don't know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? We just all have to wait and see. But I just don't understand why so many people hate Georgia so bad to where they create content, turning nothing into something. Pushing a narrative, a false narrative at that, about Kirby Smart, when Kirby has nothing to say about Tennessee at all whatsoever. Like, logical people that watching this can honestly say he said nothing about Tennessee. Why are you making this argument? Like I said, you must just need some type of content to put out, bro. If you want to argue stats, then just get on your podcast and argue stats about Tennessee with your fan base. But don't try to pull Georgia in it. Georgia has nothing to do with why you can't get over that hump, why you can't beat, the teams that you need to beat in order to be a champion. Georgia has nothing to do. Well, Georgia got a little something to do with it because you couldn't get past us. So we got a little something to do with it. But in all reality, man, like I said, man, these podcasters got to stop pushing this false narrative. You know what I'm saying? Trying to build up their content, because that's all they really trying to do. Build up their content. They don't have nothing else to talk about. You know what I mean? The season is a couple of months away. So, you know, that's pretty much why he putting this out there, because obviously he don't have an argument. But y'all already know what it is, man. It's a trending topic podcast. It's your boy MajorQuee, and we out.